What's up, guys? Kate here, and we have to talk about all of the news stories surrounding Grand Theft Auto 6. And this is the most anticipated video game ever in the history of gaming at this point. All right, it's been over a decade since we've had a brand new Grand Theft Auto release, and next year we're gonna finally see the successor to GTA 5. And since GTA 5 and the discussions of Grand Theft Auto 6, this game, in my opinion, has to be no short of perfect in the minds of millions upon millions of people to even reach the level of hype surrounding Grand Theft Auto 6. And, it's been a long time coming. We've had multiple Grand Theft Auto 5 releases, last one being quite censored, in my opinion. But even so, Rockstar is the biggest name in gaming. I mean, for me personally, they peaked at they peaked at San Andreas when it comes to GTA. They peaked during the PS2 era. That level of output from Rockstar at that period of time was phenomenal. It was nothing short of just pure excitement. What felt like almost constantly, I was huge into Red Dead Revolver. San Andreas is still my all-time favorite Grand Theft Auto. Vice City is a very close second. I mean, I think GTA 4 is a very solid entry, but it took a while for me to really appreciate GTA 4. And GTA 5 just never grasped me. So, for me personally, I am not buying Grand Theft Auto day one. I mean, it's not coming to my platform day one, being the PC. So for me, I'm not going to run out of my way to go buy a video game that, in my opinion, if it isn't perfect, to a lot of people's minds, it's going to not reach the peak levels of hype, of anticipation surrounding the game. But we have a bunch of news stories, all right, surrounding Grand Theft Auto 6, some of which could be a little bit delusional, but I think that situationally, maybe this could be true, maybe not. But without further ado, let's jump right into it. If you guys can, please hit the like button. And if you're new, subscribe to the channel. Engagement on YouTube, unfortunately, matters more than ever before. So apparently just watching isn't enough. So if you could do that for me and leave a comment down below on what do you expect from GTA 6? Let me know in the comment section down below. But let's jump right into it. So we're looking at Forbes here, and they say GTA 6 is predicted to make $7.6 billion in 60 days, just short of 2 months. That is crazy. And they're saying, but that's impossible. And this is by Paul Tassi, who is he's another story entirely. But basically saying there's a new story circulating around, some predictions regarding next year's Grand Theft Auto 6, some logical, some wildly off base. This is from Venture Capital, where managing partner, blah blah blah, mainly that GTA 6 will be the biggest gaming launch of all time. I think that isn't even debatable. All right, this is going to be absolutely 100% the biggest launch ever. It doesn't matter whether a PC is involved or not. There will be PC players that go out there and buy a new system to play this game. I won't be that personally. I already own a PlayStation 5 and an Xbox Series X, but even so, I just don't want to indulge because I want to play on PC where I have pretty much infinite power over how I play my game. So I will wait. And likely, if the game comes out on the consoles and it ain't looking all that, at least for what I personally like out of Grand Theft Auto as a game, I will wait. I don't really care so much. Like I said, San Andreas was my all-time favorite Grand Theft Auto, and in my opinion, Rockstar hasn't come close, at least to what I like in a Grand Theft Auto video game. So that's just how I feel personally. I know a lot of people disagree with me on that, and that's completely fine. We're here to have difference of opinions and come together and talk. But for me, if this game isn't hitting in ways that appeal to me personally, yeah, I may not even buy Grand Theft Auto 6 to be real with you, but I'm not hyped for it. I have no problem waiting for the game. But it is no doubt GTA 6 will 100% be the biggest game launch ever. All right, time will stop for this game. All right, game releases will be moved to not coincide with this game easily. They've already been moved. All right. And it's making 7.6 billion 2 months after release. Well, just short of 2 months, what they're saying. The first one, yeah, I mean, that's not really a question. GTA 5 did 1 billion in 3 days. So imagine that. That was a huge release, man. GTA 5 was huge. I mean, I literally remember walking to GameStop. Like, we're talking about multiple miles, all right, there and back in order to buy GTA 5. I mean, obviously, it was the biggest game release of that time. Personally, I ended up not really liking GTA 5 very much, but I mean, it was a very interesting game in its own right, in all fairness, just being objective there. And GTA 6, due to the expansion of the industry, massive elevation of the series, will no doubt top that. It will be the biggest entertainment launch in history, not just among video games. Facts, 100%. However, getting to 7.6 billion in 2 months is something else entirely, assuming an $80 price point, which even with rumors of GTA 5 potentially costing 100. I've said this multiple times. I do not think that GTA 6 will cost $100. It will 100% be $80. I mean, they don't have to have a entry level $100 price tag. I mean, obviously, Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to have an $80 version. It's going to have a $100 and probably $10 version, and then like a $150 digital version. You know, it's going to have many different versions. And there's a lot of Grand Theft Auto fanboys that are obviously going to buy the most expensive edition they could possibly get their hands on. That would mean that GTA 6 would need to sell around 95 million copies in 2 months. That is a huge number to hit. To put that into context, it would be selling 20% of every Call of Duty game ever sold combined in 2 months. And for the GTA series itself, that would be close to 50% of its 200 plus million sales over the course of 12 months. Again, in 2 months. It took 5 years for GTA 5 to sell 100 million copies. And look, he's just accounting for sales here, all right? If GTA Online launches day one, people will be... Look, guys, I'm warning you all right now. The monetization practices around Grand Theft Auto 6 will likely be the absolute most egregious ever, all right? With it as close as it could get without completely, going over the cliff, right? Who knows? Maybe even the single player variant of this game may have shark cars involved. It wouldn't surprise me at all if anyone could get away with it. Sadly, Rockstar can. And I think that all of this will be centered around your experience with, cosmetics, all right? It could be anything surrounding your car types, your clothing, and GTA 5 has proven people will do insane things, all right, for just to look good, just to be driving a nice whip. It wouldn't surprise me if this game is online only and that some of the online mechanics, particularly surrounding monetization, would also dip into the single player game. I mean, shit, a lot of us weren't even sure if Grand Theft Auto 6, years ago, we weren't even sure if Grand Theft Auto 6 would even feature a single player mode because of just how insane the online multiplayer for Grand Theft Auto 5 was, So it's going to be more than, we're talking about just pure revenue here. It doesn't necessarily just account for sales of the game itself. Don't get me wrong, this game is going to sell like hotcakes, right? It's going to sell insanely well. Now, I think that this is a huge number to hit. Almost $8 billion we're talking about here within 2 months. We're talking about technically 1.5 months here. So this is a huge number to hit, but if anything could hit it, it would be Grand Theft Auto 6. I think that this is the most overhyped video game of all time. People run out in droves to buy it. They will dump their money into it. I know people personally that are saying when this game comes out, they're dumping all their time, their money. They don't give a shit. They just want to have the best experience possible, better than everyone else's experience. And I think that that is a big focal point to really around Grand Theft Auto games. I think a lot of people just love to flex, even in a video game, all right? So if there's like the most expensive crap that you could buy in the game just to flex on other people, especially in the online mode, they will do it. Crazy enough to say, but that is just how some people are. Yes, people actually want to flex in video games. This is the sad state of our society. Forbes goes on to say, I will say Convoy's estimation of GTA 6 selling 2 billion over the course of the first month could happen. He says that that will make up the report of 2 billion budget, but that has never been confirmed and remains an estimation. Dude, I think that this game probably costs, they're saying 2 billion. I think maybe close to 3 billion, bro, with how long this game has been in development. You have to understand that Rockstar used to have different development studios, right? All of their development studios have, been focusing on making Grand Theft Auto 6. All of them have come together to make this giant piece of entertainment over the course of more than a decade now. It is an insane development venture for them. And honestly, it will be the most expensive video game made for a very long time, I guess, until Rockstar's next video game, which we may all be dead by the time that one comes out. But I don't think, the problem is they're not accounting for the online. Now, when will the online launch? That is a huge question. I know that, if I'm not mistaken, GTA 5's online didn't launch right away. Maybe it would have been like a week later. I can't remember. It's been so long personally. If you know, please comment down below and let me know and let all the other viewers know when GTA's online for GTA 5 officially did launch. But I do know Red Dead Redemption 2's online launch was like maybe like 2 weeks later, something along those lines, a week or two after the official launch of Red Dead Redemption 2. And I really feel like that was like, I still have a bit of an issue with Red Dead Redemption 2 and Rockstar purposely withholding the online, because if the online would have been included in the reviews of Red Dead Redemption 2, the review scores would have been a lot lower across the board, because Red Dead Online, major issues day one. And honestly, I felt like that was a scam in itself. And I think we need to put into question revision reviews, because when you're accounting for the entirety of Red Dead 2, yeah, the online was horrible. It was a lot different from the base single player game aspect. But when will GTA 6's online launch? That is the big question that will make all of the difference here at the end of the day. If it launches day one, the money will be raked in. If it launches, 2 weeks after, obviously, whenever the online officially launches is when the real money is going to start to come in. And really, Forbes is not at all accounting for this. He said, however, this proves the point about just how fast things can drop after an initial rush of sales. If you were dying to pick up GTA 6, there is little reason you would not buy it day one, especially if this is now an era when 80% of players will be downloading the game, not waiting in line for it. So I think it would ramp up. The 7.6 billion in 2 months is ludicrous. I mean, I think that this would be more reasonable if the game honestly launched day one on PC as well. I mean, there's a lot of PC players out here that account for more than console gamers. Obviously, PC players, their interests are wider than console gamers. Console gamers just kind of go with the flow of what the industry wants them to do, whereas PC gamers, a lot of them build PCs just to play emulated games from the past, or just to steal games, I guess. So just to play Steam releases, or just to play indie games, or just to play, the next major AAA release. I mean, PC gamers are way more varied in what they like to do. Some of them only play Gunner games. Who knows, right? Whereas console gamers, like I said, they just kind of go with what the industry tells them is the next big thing to buy and play, because there's not really much variety there on a console. It's not an open platform. It's not your personal console, or like a PC is your personal computer, right? So, even despite the variety there is on PC, there would be a lot of PC gamers that would be buying and playing Grand Theft Auto 6 day one. I mean, it all depends on when the PC version comes out too. I don't think it's going to be within that 2-month range. We don't know for sure. It could be 6 months. It could be a year later. Obviously, them launching sooner rather than later would mean way more money for them. I also do know that Rockstar, would like to see people double dip. I mean, that's the big reason why I just don't care too. It's like, I'm not double dipping. I already, I was one of those. I used to just buy everything, the re-release. I didn't care. And now it's like, dude, I have so many games to play that to buy, GTA 6 on a platform I don't care about, then to go rebuy it finally on the platform I do care about, it's just silly to me. Bro, I have too many games to play. I still haven't even started Expedition 33 yet, which is like mind-blowing, because I was the one saying that this is the game, and no, this game doesn't have enough hype around it. People are sleeping on Expedition 33 just to end up being right. I just want gaming to die down a little bit so I can really dive into Expedition 33 without juggling other video games in the process. But this would be more realistic if the game was coming to PC, let's be real now. And then they said there's also simply platform limits. They are severe. GTA 6 is only releasing on Xbox, Series X and S consoles, and PS5. No last gen, thankfully. Right? No last gen, but and no PC. Look, this will be the game that makes a lot of people finally leave PS4 and Xbox One behind. I mean, there hasn't really, even with all of PlayStation's exclusive games, and even with Xbox having bought Activision and putting out Starfield, this generation hasn't been very convincing to get people to jump from, you know, the old shit to the new shit. There's a lot of players still on Xbox One and still on PS4, but this will finally be the game that'll make people dump their old consoles and buy brand new ones. There will definitely be an uptick in console sales. But also, he's saying there's no PC release day one. He said a huge market that Rockstar enjoys selling to separately later, causing many players to want to rebuy. It will not be on the Switch or the Switch 2, maybe ever. Yeah, I don't see this game coming to the Switch 2, especially when we're seeing last gen video games running kind of dookie on that platform. Yeah, Nvidia DLSS not doing so great for Switch 2, at least as of right now, but it's still early in the system's life cycle. We'll have to see where it all goes, right? So those 95 million sales in 2 months would be coming from, let's see, 77.8 million reported PS5 sales, an estimated 30 to 35 million series sales. It's crazy. We still don't know how many consoles are sold on Xbox's side of the aisle. So we're talking about something around nearly 90% attach rate on 110 million consoles for a single game for this console generation. Yeah, sure, totally feasible. Dude, you're not taking into account microtransactions. GTA 6 will set loads of records and will pass many of GTA 5's milestones early, not to mention that the rest of the entire entertainment industry, but when you're throwing around billions and billions of dollars in estimates, you have to actually look at all the facts, and that simply does not add up. And really, you yourself, sir, that wrote this article, are not looking at all the facts, all right? You're not looking at every angle here. Now we have to talk a bit about another delusional situation surrounding GTA 6, and that is, will GTA 6 run at 60 FPS day one on any platform? A lot of PlayStation console gremlins seem to believe that the PS5 Pro will be able to do this, and in its current state, absolutely not. Everyone knows that that is the case. But the rumor is that PlayStation engineers allegedly are helping Rockstar achieve 60 FPS on GTA 6 on PS5 Pro, and obviously this would be an enormous selling point for the console. If this game could run at 60 FPS and actually not look like dog shit, that would be a huge W for the Pro. No doubt about that. I mean, whether you think it's justified for one game or not doesn't, as much as I understand the argument and I relate to that argument, the reality is this is the most anticipated video game ever in the history of gaming, possibly the most probably the most anticipated piece of entertainment ever in history. All right, that's crazy enough. That is the reality of that situation. So social media is a wash of speculation that Sony engineers are helping Rockstar achieve 60 FPS in GTA 6 on PS5 Pro. I am convinced that absolutely they're trying to do this. In hotly anticipated sequels, most recently trailer footage was running at 30 FPS on bog standard PS5. Oh my god, dude, that's gonna suck for PS5 gamers. If you're on the base console, ugh, 30 FPS, ugh, disgusting. But in a widely shared X or Twitter post, user Detective Seeds claims to have sources telling him that the game is currently being optimized for PS5 Pro with assistance from PlayStation and is running at 60 FPS across multiple graphical settings. Let's read and hear what he has to say, guys, before we jump to conclusions here. GTA 6 has been and continues to hit 60 FPS while being optimized for the PS5 Pro on multiple graphical settings. PlayStation engineers are assisting with the optimization due to the new tech being implemented and rolled out with a current target date of May 2026. They are also assisting on several other Rockstar titles that are rolling out in the near future pre-PS5 Pro 2026 update. What games is Rockstar working on? All of their game devs are literally assisting on GTA 6. So that sounds insane in its own right. As of right now, 60 FPS is being achieved on the PS5 Pro only. This could be obviously changed before release date. It is anticipated that GTA 6 will have multiple graphical options on the PS5 Pro on release. Also, the Rockstar PlayStation marketing deal is what's allowing and encouraging the collaboration on optimization. Should see several GTA 6 PlayStation bundles in the next marketing push. This info is from a PlayStation engineer who has provided highly accurate and verified info several times in the past. So this is a lot to unpack here, guys. All right. So first and foremost, we do know that let's just say what it is. The PS5 Pro's pisser technology, right? The PSSR seems to be a massive fucking flop. Just based on some games don't run as good as even the base version. PSSR is very shoddy in nature, so pisser technology very questionable. So much so that apparently it seems as though Mark 30 is working on outright abandoning the PSSR for FSR 4. So yeah, shout out to PC gaming, because without that, you PlayStation console gremlins wouldn't be able to do any of the shit that you're doing now, or possibly in the future with your PS5 Pro. And it's crazy how PlayStation console gremlins continue to hate on PC when it's like, dude, PC is innovating the features that you actually get to have and play around with, even if they may not be as good as on PC. But who's to say FSR 4 can even achieve this with GTA 6? I mean, I think that when GTA 6 comes out, even on PC, it is going to be the most demanding PC game, period. This is an enormous world that we're going to be jumping into with insane amounts of fidelity. This will be the peak video game on any platform that it's on. When it comes out on PC, it'll be the game that basically all performance tests are going to be using to judge, all the tech that comes out, currently and in the future. It is going to be the most demanding video game we see. And to be honest with you, given how Rockstar is, and given how people are willing to give them the benefit of the doubt before there's any proof to anything that they have, there is very little incentive for Rockstar to perfectly optimize their video game before release. People will buy it even if it runs like dog shit, right? So I just think there's a lack of incentive there for the game to even run well day one on any platform. Sad to say, this is just the industry that we're in. And Rockstar, man, they've gotten lazy on some things, when it comes to just output in general. But the one thing, if FSR is implemented, I think for sure that this will probably improve the PS5 Pro's ability to, hit reasonable frame rates or anything higher than 30 FPS when it comes to high fidelity video games. But we have to question, like, FSR, FSR 4 versus DLSS 4, it's kind of close, but from things that I've seen, DLSS is still better because it's been out for longer. AI technology there has been used and implemented for a longer period of time. But when you look at, for example, the Switch 2's use and implementation of DLSS 4, it ain't that good either. I mean, it's obviously better than native, but, still could be better. I do not think that this is at all the case when it comes to GTA 6 without severe sacrifices. Could GTA 6 hit 60 FPS on a PlayStation 5 Pro? Possibly. It's not impossible, but what sacrifices are being made in order to do that? We're talking about resolutions that might even dip below 720p here, basic HD. And if that's the case, oh my God, and it'll be funny as hell because PlayStation console gremlins, the fanboys specifically, not regular PlayStation gamers, mind you, we're talking about the ignorant fanboys that will downplay anything that isn't a PlayStation, that doesn't look like that sloppy, ugly sack of shit PS5, right? They'll downplay anything that isn't that. But these guys have been saying for years that DLSS is trash, your resolutions are garbage, even though, sometimes with DLSS, it could look decent, and other times, some games, yeah, I'm good. I'll pass on DLSS when the hair looks all disgusting, and some of these features that are surface level visuals are severely downgraded. It can mess with your experience. So to watch them go on to embrace FSR, which is, in my opinion, not quite as good as DLSS. It's getting close, but not quite as good. But, good enough, I guess. With DLSS itself also having its drawbacks, to watch these people embrace FSR 4 and cling to it, that they're obviously going to do that just to be able to flex that, oh my God, the game is 60, when it's like 60 FPS has been the baseline for console gaming for like over a decade now, my guy. Like, for a very, very long time. So, hey man, if you're going to brag about the floor, hey, shout out to you. But we also have to call into question Detective Seeds himself, all right? And shout out to my boy Delta here, who put out this tweet, because he goes on to say, nothing personal, Seeds, but you're not reliable when it comes to bringing legit insider information. But as always, I'll wait and see how things play out, because Detective Siege just a few short months ago, or we're talking about what, 3-4 months ago, said the Gears of War collection, all right, not just Gears of War 1, but the Gears of War collection should be releasing early to mid-August. It is PS5 Pro enhanced, but I have only been told no multiplayer PvP, campaign focus only. All right, so there's multiple issues with his tweet that he had here just 4 months ago. He said that there's a Gears of War collection, which was wrong. It just turned out to be Gears of War 1 being essentially re-released, remastered slash re-released for, PlayStation 5 as well as Xbox and PC. And then he went on to say that there would be no multiplayer included, no player versus player, which also went on to be completely wrong here. So his insider information has been very shoddy. There's been times where he has been right, but dude is definitely not to be taken quite very seriously. But I've seen a lot of PlayStation console gremlins just run with this and assume that, of course, this is going to be true because he says it. It's a lot of ignorance. They want so badly to believe that this will be the case. And honestly, you shouldn't run to conclusions here when it comes to what Detective Seeds has to say. When it comes down to it, of course, I believe that PlayStation is working very closely with Rockstar because it benefits them both if the game runs as great as possible on the PlayStation 5 slash PlayStation 5 Pro. But if they manage to implement FSR and they dump PSSR, then hey, shout out to PC gaming, baby, first and foremost, but also that will indeed improve the situation for the Pro. But what will they be sacrificing? We don't know. I think that resolution gonna be ugly as hell. And obviously there will be multiple options for how you choose to play the game. That's kind of a standard on consoles now, even if there's just maybe 2 options. But he's claiming multiple options will have 60 FPS. Yeah, good luck with that. As for the marketing rights to Grand Theft Auto 6, I'm sure that PlayStation put all that money out there, right? This is like, whoever gets this, and to be honest with you, I feel like Microsoft threw out big numbers as well. This is a huge marketing battle that we don't know the conclusion of, but we know it exists, all right? So it'll be interesting to see what happens there in terms of who officially gets the marketing rights. It would make the most sense that PlayStation, who has the most powerful console out right now, would get the marketing rights to Grand Theft Auto 6. It would definitely boost the sales of not just the baseline system, but the Pro. I still don't think the Pro is going to really make a huge difference here. When it comes to console gaming, console gamers on average go for the most affordable console that they could possibly get their hands on. Now, when it comes to with no disk drive, I mean, that's a bit of a different story, but that price tag for the regular PS5 is likely going to be the most bought thing when the GTA, when GTA 6 comes out, especially since, well, Xbox raised the prices of their consoles foolishly so. But yeah, guys, this has been an interesting discussion overall with a couple of different news stories here. Honestly, GTA 6 it's an insane discussion piece, all right? Every time we have something to talk about it, everybody's very interested and intrigued, whether you're buying it day one or not. I mean, we know so little, really, in the grand scheme of things. We haven't even seen gameplay for this game officially yet. An actual vertical slice where we can make a determination on how this improves from GTA 5 after all these years between these two games, and with this game coming out in May of 2026. There is a lot that we don't know and we want to know, and a lot to discuss, even despite knowing so little. But these news stories were very interesting to me. They sound a little insane, but I want to hear what you think about all this in the comment section down below. But if you can, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Like I said, guys, engagement matters more than anything with YouTube now with videos, so any assistance on that is greatly appreciated. Check me out on Twitter at Mario Kart if you'd like to continue the conversation. Consider becoming a channel member. Gets you instant access to the Discord, gets you dope-ass emotes for the live streams on both Tuesdays and Thursday nights. So definitely come hang out with me and the awesome chat there. And yeah, guys, well, being said, I'm out. Peace.